Welcome back everybody. Today I'm going to do my video on MISKEO's new release. It's Feuille, and here is the bottle. This is currently available for pre-order and will be shipping sometime in June 2023 for those of you watching past this date. I will recommend that you watch the live stream I did with perfumer and owner Marie about the launch of this particular perfume. We go into a bit of depth in terms of materials used, its conception. This video here is really for me to give my personal impressions on it. And if it wasn't already obvious to some of you, for those new to this channel, full disclosure, I have a creative association with MISKEO, so I'm obviously going to be biased in this because I had a very small hand in its creation, and I really just want to talk to you about what I smell when I'm wearing this, and hopefully it sways you to want to try the perfume itself. You can buy samples or you can splash out and get a full bottle. I'll leave the link to that live stream and our website in the description, but let's get started. If the name wasn't obvious, it is French for leaf, and this should give you a clue in terms of a general idea of what it's going to smell like. It's a green perfume, to put it in the most basic terms. What I really like about this is that there are lots of green perfumes out there. This one is leaning towards the vegetal side of green notes and impressions. And just on that particular topic, I'm going to scroll the impressions as well as actual materials that we use in this perfume. So this is a combination that we've come up with. There are actual materials listed that are in the formula, and some of the notes that you might see are basic impressions or accords that have been created with this perfume. So Feuille, obviously to me, starts off green. It's a zesty, almost spicy bitter green to me. What you might recognize as tomato leaf. It's funny because when I first smelled early versions of this perfume, that opening, it didn't remind me of a vegetable garden like you might find, where you might find tomato plants, for instance. Because of this zestiness that's there, I even got the impression of things like citrus leaf, like lime leaf, that kind of thing, and it gave me a real mouth-watering sort of taste in the opening. What I like about this is how it progresses, because I know that Marie's inspiration for this, and you can read it in the website, was a memory of vegetable gardens from her childhood, and I love that different people. There's a few people who've smelled this, and they're all getting different associations, and really the best way to relate to perfume that you like is on a kind of personal level. For me, this is not so much a perfume that takes me back to a particular memory. It creates an imagined scenario to me. I love the way that this encapsulates vegetation, but I get all the impression of a plant sprouting from the earth all the way to sun hitting the leaves, and obviously photosynthesis occurring. I get all of that because there are earthy elements in here that give you the soil and the woody stems, all the way to the bitter, fresh, moist leaves with rain droplets on it. And I an interesting thing for me with this is it's not so much that I'm smelling this and I'm out in nature. For some reason there are particular elements layered and woven through this perfume that give me sort of man-made industrial aspects to it as well. I get quite a metallic vibe from some of the notes coming through, and also the best way to describe this is that whenever I wear this, I don't imagine being outside. I imagine being in an enclosed atrium full of vegetation, not so much trees, but just overgrown weeds, overgrown tropical plants. And because I'm in that enclosed glass house, it's moist, humid air in the atmosphere. Sun is peeping through, and this is the other thing about this perfume is that it has an aspect from it, and I have to take the perfumer's word on this that the mimosa in this perfume is contributing a lot to giving it that sort of warm solar kind of aspect to the green. It's a warm, sun beating down green, but at the same time in a humid, enclosed environment, and that's what I like about it. It's almost one of the things I described when I was first sort of trying to evaluate this perfume was that, like, I really got a strong mental imagery of the character Mrs. Havisham from Great Expectations, and how she lived in that dilapidated house, and I imagined overgrowth of nature taking over a man-made structure, and it's weird because I seem to be like the only one getting the vibe from this perfume. It's green, and all of those other aspects that I get make it a really modern green. It's definitely not in the tradition of classical green perfumes, for instance, like a Chanel No. 19, where the green is there, but it's accentuated by florals, and it's a very pretty perfumey kind of fragrance. Where here, this is absolutely wearable. It's uplifting. It just shines in a little bit of heat. I smelled this not only on myself, on someone else on a warm day, and it just radiates off the skin. And that's the other thing that surprises me. This is an eau de toilette concentration, and the staying power on my skin is pretty remarkable for the type of scent that it is. And it's got pretty good projection for those of you who are interested in that aspect of the perfume. I can't fault it on any of that at all. And of course, I particularly love it because I'm right into green perfumes at the moment. It seems like that they're having a little bit of a moment in the sun, so to speak, and this encapsulates that idea perfectly. Earthy, velvety, zesty greens, elements of metal, elements of glass, vegetation overgrown, wild but dreamy at the same time. That's what Feuille represents to me. I hope that eventually I become comfortable pronouncing that, but I love this perfume, obviously. I hope many of you get to try it. Check out the website in the description, check out the other live stream, and that's my impressions of MISKEO's Feuille. I'll see you next time. Bye.